Welcome one and all to the 2025 season of the Mario Sluggers League. We are back with a brand new season after the truncated inaugural season last year. Last season got cut short due to the entirety of the Mushroom Kingdom working on Mario Kart World as we now know. But this season is full steam ahead. I am Sammy Fielder stepping in as your play-by-play guy in place of Danny Diamond, who has now taken on an ambassador role for the league. I'm joined here tonight by our statistical analyst and returning fan favorite, Professor Egad. Professor, when we look at these two lineups here tonight, what do we need to look out for?
Sammy, on behalf of the league, I want to extend a warm welcome to you. I've heard nothing but fantastic words about you, and I'm honored to join you this season for our Mushroom League matchups. We're looking at the starting lineups here and the stats from last season. This matchup is all about experience versus momentum. Mario returns to the mound with a spotless 0 ERA from last season, while Peach looks to rebound after a rocky debut. But keep your eye on the middle of both lineups, Daisy and Petey for the Monarchs, and Blue Pionta and Red Pionta for the Fireballs. Those bats can change the game in a hurry.
Some serious pop on both sides of the infield. Let's take a look at how these two teams stacked up across the league last season.
Yeah, so the Monarchs come in with the better team batting average and more runs scored. But the Fireballs had the best ERA in the league and gave up 0 home runs. Defensively, Mario's squad was flawless with a perfect fielding percentage. Truly rare stuff even in a short season.
So it's going to be a battle of fundamentals. This one could come down to which side bends first. Now let's dig a little deeper with the league's batting leaders from last season.
Donkey Kong may have led the league in everything, but don't overlook Daisy. She was second in average. And speaking of production, Blue Pionta quietly crushed the homers and drove in 3 while hitting 500 for the Fireballs. He's a big part of their offensive core.
No doubt about it. Both of these lineups have steady hitters ready to launch. But it's not all about the bats. Let's check out last season's pitching and fielding standouts.
Absolutely. Mario and Tiny Kong both finished with perfect ERAs. But it's Tiny who had the lowest whip. Daisy impressed with a 1.36 ERA and a whip of 1. She's underrated on the mound. In the field, Red Pionta had 5 great plays, tying him for third. He's a brick wall at shortstop.
Pitching dominance, defensive flair, and consistent bats on both sides. Sounds like a perfect storm for a classic here at Mario Stadium. Let's get down to the field for first pitch in this 5-inning opening day matchup of the 2025 season. Baby Mario will swing the bat to lead off our 2025 season after hitting .250 last season.
The youths of today will call that batting average mid.
Lines it over the leaping Daisy to drop it into left field for the first hit of 2025, giving the Fireball some early life in. That makes way for Luigi here, who really struggled last season, only mustering up a single hit in 3 games played. Solid hit, but it settles into the glove of Baby Daisy, who catches Baby Mario getting his nap in between first and second. So now we're at 2 outs.
The double play is quite possibly the most deflating play in baseball for an offense.
Mario will ground out to short for the final out, as Mario will go grab his glove and adjust himself from a hitter's mindset to a pitching mindset as he takes the mound. Next, we'll see Toadette, who did a splendid job of leading off the Monarchs lineup last year, batting an impressive 400.
The statistician in me wants to throw up an asterisk on all of these stats since the season was so short. But the baseball fan in me just wants to sit back and let it play itself out, so that's what I will do.
She's at a 2-2 count and swings and misses at strike 3 for the first out.
That was an impressive pitch sequence by Mario. He went outside, inside, outside, inside, and then outside one last time for a strikeout. Just absolutely painted the edges of the plate.
The team captain of both the Monarchs and the Mushroom Kingdom lines the 1-1 pitch foul. smashes it up the middle past the diving Red Pianta for a one-out single to bring up the ever-so-reliable Daisy.
She raked at the plate last season to the point where, even with a small sample size, batting 750 is beyond impressive. Get it, girl.
She almost got it, Professor, as she crushed it just foul for strike one. A two-strike fireball pitch incoming that gets batted into a tailor-made double play to end our first inning here today.
Baseball is bat my man. Strikeouts, double plays, long breath-holding foul balls, discipline at bats, star pitches. In the immortal words of Reggie, my body is ready.
Classic line. I love working with you already, Professor.
Likewise to you, my new pal.
Blue Pianta hits a lofting line drive, but Daisy will settle under it for out number one to retire a big bat. Now, Red Pianta didn't show the power last season, but did well getting on base batting .667.
We know from watching batting practice that the power is there for Red Pianta. We just didn't see it last year in so few games.
And Red Pianta took that personally as he crushes onto deep straightaway center. Toadsworth is tossed into the air, but it gets past him for the first home run of the 2025 season to put the Fireballs ahead early here in the second.
Well, Red Pianta heard me talk over the off-season about the lackluster power performance last season and said, all right, watch this, as he shipped that baseball home to Isle Delfino.
We'll see how Blooper follows things up now as he managed to get on base exactly half of his at-bats last season.
A solid presence in the field as well, ending last season tied for 8th in great plays.
Grounder is ripped past third base for a one-out hit, giving Blooper a perfect batting average to start the season.
Blooper should absolutely take advantage and brag to everyone about his perfect batting average while he can before it inevitably reduces.
Monty Mole will step up as another solid bat and splashes that ball down into center field to find himself a single as well.
This is what the Fireballs do best. Outside of the Piantas, their style is to just, as they sometimes say, hit 'em where they ain't and pile up bases.
Green Noki is a solid contender to continue the trend with a 400 average last season. Slaps that ball in the center to load the bases here for Baby Luigi with one out.
On the contrary, Baby Luigi is not a contender to continue the trend as he struggled mightily last season.
A 167 average is not a good omen for future success at the plate. Liner that is caught by a diving Daisy. She doubles up Monty Mole at second to get the Monarchs out of the jam. Sensational.
Sensational is right. Sammy, not only did she have to make that catch in the air. That's impressive in itself, but having the recovery and wherewithal to get the double play is bananas.
We'll now see the biggest power threat on the Monarchs as Petey Piranha steps to the plate.
No home runs last season, though, and, oddly enough,
hard grounder bounces off of Monty Mole and putters into left field, and Petey will reach on an error.
Tough play over there at third. They call it the hot corner for a reason.
Blue Toad will take his cuts now and lines it in the shallow center field for a base hit, giving the Monarchs 2 base runners here with no outs.
It's funny how similar these two teams are. Both aren't going to hit many home runs, but they will follow up hits with more hits to merry-go-round the bases.
Red Toad slaps a liner to continue the hit parade, but with Petey Piranha's lack of speed, they'll hold him up at third base. Bases loaded here with no outs for Baby Daisy.
As odd as it may sound, Baby Daisy was the only Monarch with a home run last season.
Swings at the first pitch and hits a deep liner caught for the out and left. Petey will have to hold up at third so nobody scores.
I really hate to say it, but Petey's lack of speed has definitely cost the Monarchs a run here.
Toadsworth with a hard grounder to Luigi, who throws to second for one and back to first for an inning-ending double play.
Well, good golly, that was quite a recovery for the Fireballs and a crush from the Monarchs. From bases loaded and no outs to ending the inning without a run scoring.
Just goes to show you how much speed matters on the bases as Petey got held up twice. Here's Baby Mario, who singled to lead off the game, and he'll single again to lead off the top of the third.
This is what a good lead-off hitter does. Gets on base. Nothing flashy, just good solid singles. He just needs to be smarter on the base paths going forward.
Solid line drive, caught by the diving Daisy. She throws to first to catch baby Mario again for a double play.
Wow, first, what a catch by Daisy at shortstop. She's beyond phenomenal, but baby Mario got nabbed again too far off the base on a court ball. He needs to be coached to freeze on a line drive so that doesn't keep happening.
Mario sends this one into center field for a 2-out base hit. But yeah, that seems to be a common issue across the league. So many base runners surprised by great plays and doubled off the base last season. Here's the power bat in blue Pianta. Skies this one into shallow center. Baby Daisy will set up her pack and play underneath this one and haul it in for the 3rd out.
I have to commend both pitchers in this one because both have pitched a pretty solid game. Albeit both have benefited from some base running blunders, but it's still been a solidly pitched game thus far.
Just out of reach of the red Pianta's glove, as baby Peach will find her way to first base to lead the Monarchs portion of the inning with a hit. Toadette strolls up to the plate here to take her shot, and she takes the first pitch for a ball. Sends that one right back where it came from, up the middle for her own base hit to put 2 runners on with no outs for the Monarchs.
Now it's up to the Monarchs not to squander this opportunity again. Princess Peach will have to keep it going up here against her little boo thing, Mario.
She singled in her first at-bat, but grounds this one into a potential double play. Out at second over the first, and they get both outs. Baby Peach does manage to make it to third, so all is not lost quite yet.
One could argue all is never lost with Daisy at the plate, as she is as reliable as it gets with the bat in her hands.
She hammers that one out into the gap in right center, and that will tie the game. Quick recovery for baby Luigi out there surprisingly holds Daisy to just a single, but we are all knotted up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Gotta say, Daisy was the most surprising player for me last season. She's often overlooked, but she's such a great all-around ball player.
Petey Piranha blasts this one to left, and there is no doubt about it. A 2-run home run to give the Monarchs the lead in this ball game.
That one was close to being sent into Rosalina's observatory in space. On the topic of surprising players last season, I was surprised with Petey's lack of home runs last year. He had some close ones, but never could get it over the wall. He's resolved that issue quickly this season.
Mario is able to resolve his own issue of the 3rd inning before it gets even worse, as Blue Toad grounds out to Blooper, who made a solid diving stop. Red Pianta is up at bat, and they homered earlier in the game, giving the Fireballs their sole run, and lines a base hit into right field to start the Fireballs off on a good foot. The sure fielding Blooper and his solid bat are up next.
Blooper is one of my favorite players in the league. He just floats around that infield with such smoothness.
A smooth swing lands him on first base with a single to center to give the Fireballs runners on first and second to lead off the 4th. Monty Mole will take his cuts, awaits the pitch, and lofts this one into shallow left center to load the bases for the Fireballs with no outs.
Peach has to make the decision now to trust herself enough to lead herself in rather than bringing on a relief pitcher.
Grounder that is caught by the diving Daisy. Over to second for 1 and to first for the double play, but Red Pianta makes it home to cut the lead down to just a 1-run difference.
Diving Daisy. That's a good one, Sammy. It might as well be her official nickname at this point.
Here's baby Luigi, who lines it to standing Daisy for out number 3, preserving the Monarchs lead for now.
I like Diving Daisy a lot better than Standing Daisy, although they're both great.
I'll work on using Diving Daisy more often, but that's not entirely up to me, unfortunately. Let's take a quick side quest and check in with Pauline, our on-the-field reporter, to give a brief update on the Fireball's mentality after chatting with Mario during the previous half inning. Take it away, Pauline.
Thanks, guys. I had a chance to speak with Mario between innings after that explosive 3rd from the Peach Monarchs, and while he's clearly frustrated by how things unfolded, he remains focused and determined. Mario admitted that he missed his location on that pitch to Petey Piranha, calling it a meatball right down the middle, and Petey certainly didn't miss it. But Mario was quick to shift the focus to what's ahead. He told me the Fireballs aren't panicking and that they've faced adversity before. According to him, the plan now is to be more aggressive on the base paths and look for early count pitches to drive. His exact words? "We just gotta stay sharp and swing with confidence. We're not out of this yet." The Fireballs may be down 3-1, but they're far from out. Back to you.
Thanks, Pauline, for that beautiful report. The Fireballs are one out closer now to being out of it, though, as Baby Mario grounds out quickly. Luigi goes the other way on that one and hits it into left for a hit, which makes way for Mario at the plate.
It definitely seems Mario was being real when he said they were going to attack pitches early in the count. Lots of first pitch swings by the Fireballs here. We'll have to see about its success, though.
Mario continues the trend and gets on himself with his own base hit, which will bring up the power bats of the Pianta duo.
At this point, if you're Peach, you should throw a few pitches where out of the strike zone to slow their momentum a bit, because the Fireball batters are clearly looking to swing at the first pitch and having success doing so, as the bases are now loaded with 3 first pitch singles in a row now.
Peach didn't take your advice, but Red Pianta took that pitch to break the trend anyway. We'll see if that backfires. Peach throws a hardball pitch for the second strike. She sets up for a second hardball pitch and sends it to the plate. Red Pianta grounds it to Daisy, who goes home with it to get the out there. Throw to first, and they get the out at first as well to end the game.
Splendid play there. Typically in that situation, a grounder to first or third will throw home, and the middle infielders will throw to second to start the double play. Daisy's momentum on that play was taking her away from second base, though, so a throw home was a bit easier, and it still worked out for the double play.
What a game to start the 2025 season. This game had it all. A lead change, a comeback attempt, solid pitching, good hitting, a few long balls, some web gems in the field, and ultimately a close game. Petey Piranha takes home this game's MVP award as well, being the one who changed the lead in his team's favor with that 2-run blast.
Yeah, and this is what the Monarchs need from Petey this season. If he can be the hitter they know he can be and send the ball out of the park like he did today, this team can be a real contender. They're good at getting the hits, but they need that one power bat to drive them all home. If they can get that and clean up some fielding mishaps from last season, they'll be a force.
I agree completely, Professor, especially in such a close division like the Mushroom League, where all teams finished with the same record last year. Each team is looking for that, something to give them the slight edge over the others, because that could really turn the tide. Anyway, that'll about do it for us here today. Thanks so much for the warm welcome into this league from you, Professor, and all of you watching at home. It has been an honor and a privilege to call this game and the rest of the Mushroom League games going forward. Tune in to the upcoming Game 2, which will feature the Wario Muscles venturing into DK Jungle to face off against the DK Wilds in a competition of power bats. The reigning league MVP Donkey Kong will look to continue where he left off last season. If you like home runs, that will be a great game to watch. You won't hear me in the booth, but you better believe I will be tuning in. For Professor Egad and Pauline, I'm Sammy Fielder signing us off. Have a lovely day. Good night and joy be with you all.